Okay, so I got my Western Electric We1 B. I don't think it's working electronically. Maybe the mechanics all seem to work, which that was my scariest part. Was will the mechanic parts actually work? The drums, the magnetic drums. All cleaned up pretty nicely, so that all worked out good. But yeah, the thing is just absolutely daunting from a mechanical standpoint. I am certainly very glad that it appears to work. So how this works is this is the outgoing message drum, and this is magnetic, and this is a little magnetic head. It sits on there and records. So there's an amazing amount of pulleys and stuff that goes on here. This is the actual motor down here. This actually has a tone wheel apparently on it, which I think is maybe what that little gear is on the back. It's probably the tone wheel, and that's probably tone wheel sensor, would be my guess. But anyway, so the amount of mechanical stuff going on here is kind of amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hit the message playback so it'll run for a little bit and I can kind of go over it as it's running. So the motor back here spins. That spins that pulley, spins this bigger pulley, spins all of these, all with all sorts of amazing mechanical stuff, and that then ultimately it's got mechanical clutches in here. And so what happens is there's way down deep in there's clutches that operate and turn on and off and engage these two wheels. So what's happening now is it's playing back off of this head. So it's spinning the drum and the head is moving ever so slowly on this worm drive, very slowly out this way. So it's playing back a spirally recorded magnetic track. To skip around in the recording, what you do is you push in. You can also change the speed apparently of the playback, but to skip around, what you do is you push this, and what it does is it unengages and you can just slide the head around and then let it go and it'll start playing from there. So this is a very mechanical method of playback. There's a lot going on here. So if I do an outgoing message, I stop this, I go to announcement check, and I go start, then we move over to this drum, and then it does all the outgoing message recording and playback off of this magnetic drum. So the mechanics of that are just kind of truly startling. So I'm glad that all works, because there is a tremendous amount of stuff going on down in there that I sure wouldn't want to have to try to fix. So luckily it was made by Western Electric, so this whole damn thing just still works. Okay, so there's a lot of other interesting things on here. So the rectifier is fun. That's a selenium rectifier. Thank God that works, because those are annoying to replace and deal with. Over on this side is fun. This big old giant thing here is a switch. So when I operate this, what actually happens is this has got a whole rod back here that goes back and forth, and ultimately it hooks to this side, and then that then operates this ginormous switch, hooking up various things in different ways. So that's kind of amazingly cool. So it's got obviously parts that are going to be bad that need to be dealt with. So I haven't really gotten into it yet. But like this cap, these are known to go bad, so I'm sure it's bad. The tubes, luckily, that it uses are very easy to get and they're cheap. So I just ordered all new ones. Just what the heck. They look like they've been replaced or something's gone on with it. It's been taken apart once before. So it had some kind of problem, which it may still have. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that, but I'll get into it. This thing has a tremendous amount of transformers all over it. There's an auxiliary jack, a 1/4-inch jack. I have no idea, even from the documentation, what that does. There's terminals like this on it, on the inside, which I have no idea what those are. There's a lot of very old parts, a lot of resistors and things, which could easily also be bad. So there's a lot of potential here for things being unhappy. It does have truly amazing Western Electric stuff, like this input transformer made by Western Electric. Nice numbers on it and everything, and then good old red stamps from Western Electric. It's got these truly astounding relays. These are wondrous relays. On the other side, you can see they have these ginormous coils. I mean, these things are just beautiful, wonderful stuff from another era, which is just amazingly cool. Yeah, so all three of these caps here are the same, but I'm sure they're all bad. They've all got to get replaced. I think that's a cap. I think that one might be bad too. I'm not even sure what these are yet. These silver blocks, I think they're caps. I'm not sure. So there's an entire wiring board I do not understand at all. I do not know what this is. I can get tip and ring out of it, but I don't understand what a G1, T1, P1 is. So I don't know enough about this to even really hook it up. I tried hooking up to the phone line, but that doesn't do anything. As far as I can find, there appears to be no speaker in it, which is weird, considering it's an answering machine, but maybe it used a telephone as the means of listening to it and playing it back. I'm not sure. It has some really weird things, like I have no idea what that is. That's a strange one. It looked kind of like a buzzer, but it's not, I guess. I don't know what that is. So that's kind of interesting. So yeah, so there's a lot to this. The entire electronic assembly, let me unplug it because this thing is dangerous voltages everywhere. So let me go ahead and unplug it. But this whole assembly, the whole electronics assembly comes out as one piece for service, which you would expect from Western Electric. So let me go ahead and get that, pick this up and get this out of here. So it comes out completely. It's got a wonderfully wrapped cord that connects it. All this stuff is done the telephone company way of tying the wiring assemblies down. It's got some odd things. I think these are I'm not sure. I think these are reed relays. I'm going to have to look a little closer. I don't know. So not much on the bottom side though. It's pretty much all wiring. So that's good. But the caps are going to have to get replaced. So I am going to have to get down here. You can see the back side of the motor. Very substantial device. Everything here is very substantial. And you can see all that nice wiring. I don't believe that the phone company ever used a wire cap, so I don't know. I don't think that's correct, but we'll see. Anyway, so there's a lot going on here, but I can't find a speaker. So I don't think it has a speaker in it, which is kind of an interesting problem all unto itself. So I guess we're going to have to see as I go. The front panel also comes down. and that's fairly pretty on the back side. Take a couple screws, so I'm not going to do that right this second, but yeah, there we have it. This is at the beginning of this process. I'm sure this is going to be a huge process. I may not have a schematic for this, which might make this really challenging to work on. So we'll see. But anyway, so it'll be certainly something to do. So I'm going to start by just replacing all the tubes in hopes that maybe, you know, that'll get something back to going. It may actually be working. It may actually be working for all I know. Probably not. It's not answering the phone, but then it may not normally. There may be some special connection. But we'll see. I've got a lot to do in order to figure all of this out. So it is certainly quite the device to work out. So that's quite the puzzle piece. There's no doubt about that. I, of course, am going to reach out and I'll find people to talk to, hopefully that maybe know this product better. What I really need is a service manual. I need a schematic. So we'll see. But the important part is that the magnetic drums, I washed them off with water, cleaned them up. They look great. All the mechanicals seem to be working. It does go through its cycles. So all that does seem okay. So the scary part really was all the mechanical. And the mechanical all seems relatively okay. So I think I'm okay. I think it's all in the electronics. I think the problem's in the electronics, so I'll have to work on that.